Hey ladies and gentlemen, how are we today? We are back again with another Piinksparkles / awesome vlogs video. Now in the most recent video that I made about Piinksparkles, I spoke about her ex-boyfriend Austin and how he had a chain of events over the last couple of years of where he had dogs and then they just disappeared. You know what I mean? Like he never had them for a duration of time. It was always something very suspicious. Now, since then, I have now been brought some new information that is a whole lot more interesting in terms of their supposedly breakup, which technically really and truly, I don't think it happened, purely because in this whole time they've been broken up, well, Austin has still pretty much been around. We haven't seen him in vlogs per se, but for example, on his Instagram page, he has kept the link of their channel together. 2, she hasn't even changed the name of the channel because previously with her ex-boyfriend, she changed the name of the channel at that moment in time. And also, there's been times when, you know, he's been heard a little bit on social media. But after the video we made the other day, he decided to come out with a post on Instagram. But before we get into the post, we're going to track back to the very beginning of when they originally broke up and what happened to her cat, and how that links up to what Austin is now saying in terms of what happened to his most recent dog. But with that being said though, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, including every single person that's a member of Patreon, and every single person that is a subscriber as we continue to grow. And of course, if you want to become a member of Patreon or the channel, the links are down below in the description. And of course, if you want to become a subscriber, big red button, next to that is the notification bell, and also smash the like button, please. But with that being said though, let's take a trip down memory lane. Now, this video here is back in April 18th, 2021.
I just got home and now I'm at an appointment with Shugsy, as you can hear. If today couldn't get any more busy, I want to get everything done today, as you guys know, so I do not have to leave the freaking house for a while. The only reason I'm going to leave the house is to walk Cooper. That's it. Like, that's literally all I'm doing. So, basically, the cats were playing one day and they got a little bit too rambunctious that Shugsy got a claw in the eye. It happens. Cats will be cats and have cat fights. He was like this, so that's where we're at today. And he can't open it now. He just wants to get out of that carrier, so I'm gonna...
Now, at this moment in time, they had broken up. She hadn't announced it yet, but they had broken up because he wasn't appearing in her vlogs anymore. And she says that her cat Shugsy got a scratch in his eye because of a cat fight with another cat, supposedly so. But before we get into that one, let's just move on to the video that then appeared 3 days later on April 2021. No, sorry, April 21st of 2021, of her talking about their breakup.
And oh God, there are some things done that are not okay. So last weekend, Austin and I went our separate ways. I really don't know what that entails at this moment. There was no like, I'm breaking up with you, you're breaking up with me. It was something had happened. He's no longer living here for the time being, as you guys can probably tell. That's not some like secret. Like you guys aren't dumb. Like you can see that he's clearly not here. And that's where we're at right now. It's breaking my heart.
So as you see there, she says because something happened, okay? Now remember, she said it's been about a week now, and obviously only 3 days prior, which obviously means he was left way before, right? But obviously 3 days prior, she's taking her animal to the vet. But listen, like I said, there's always a chain of events of certain things. Now let's fast forward to May 6th, okay, the 6th of May 2021.
Doing well. So Shugsy basically, he had a corneal. So he had a corneal something. What is it? Anyway, then it turned into a corneal abrasion. So I forget what it was first, but it turned into a corneal abrasion. Anyway, now it is, she says, very common with hairless cats for this to happen, but it's turned into like, I forget, there's all these huge words. But basically, he has to have the cone on because she's like, you guys are doing everything right. I literally have been taking him in there once a week to get checked for his eye. She's like, we've literally done all we can. Just sometimes cats' eyes, they just will like put this like film over top of it. So we've been giving him all the drops he needs to, all of the drops, all of the anti-inflammatory, everything. And now he needs a cone. Basically, he got a scratch in his eye. It was big. And then the next week, it was getting better. And then the next week, it stayed about the same. And now today, she's like, it's worse. So she's like, sometimes that's just what happens with cats' eyes. They just will do that. Like, there's nothing that we did or didn't do or could do or couldn't have done. It was healing great. And now it just is.
Now, if you notice, throughout the video, she kept saying we. Now, at this moment in time, she never had come out to say that maybe her and Austin are back together, nor did she ever come out to really say that they were talking terms again. But that proof there itself alone says that Austin has been in the picture for this duration of time. To be fair, some people even argue right now to say that maybe they didn't even break up in the first place. But listen, either way though, this part of the video exposes the fact that she says we a lot, which means Austin was still in the picture at this moment in time. Now, trust me when I say this, we are building up to something so much more serious, because right now she's claiming that her cat's eye got damaged because of another cat. Now, around the same time though, this is around the same time that Austin's dogs himself pretty much disappeared. So the timeline is quite accurate to the time Austin's dogs disappeared. Now listen to this. Austin then came out with a post, okay, which is quite interesting because yesterday, as you know, two or 3 days ago, I uploaded a video, okay, obviously talking about the chain of events with the animals. And it seems to me as if he's come out to defend himself on some sort of situation, okay. So as you can see here, okay, so this is what was posted by Austin earlier on today. For everyone who's continuously feels the need to pray into my personal life, no, I don't have Rocco anymore. After 4 years of having him, he started to exhibit many signs of aggression towards me. Friends and Benson. He is now living on a farm outside the city with the gentleman I got him from, with his brother and sister. He's aware of his issues and doing what I couldn't to help him in any way possible. He is very happy out there. Here's the thing though. Let me remind you something real quick before we move on to the next post as well, with something particular. Samantha and Austin kept Austin's dogs, Rocco, okay, and Benson. I'm pretty sure it's Benson as well. They kept him in the garage for over a year. Now, in this garage is also where they keep the car, of course, and Austin is someone who's a mechanic, or at least was a mechanic anyway, until he left his job supposedly, and obviously started living off Samantha's money. Well, that's how it seemed to take anyway, even though there are some conspiracies that he does maybe some other things on the side. But either way though, we've seen him in vlogs where he definitely is working on his car. So here's the thing, you've left a dog inside of a garage for arguably up to a year, if not more. And in that garage, there is so many like oils, exhaust pipes, so many fumes, okay, car fumes, vehicle fumes that are obviously unhealthy for anyone to breathe. And the fact that the dog was left in there for the year. Now, of course, the dog was let out every now and then, but the fact is, though, going back to what I said in the last video and videos before that, whenever it came to Samantha's animals, himself in particular, her cat, her dog, they were always allowed in the house. They were even giving gifts for Christmas. Meanwhile, Austin's dogs were given absolutely nothing, or at least from what we were shown anyway. So to be honest with you, the fact that he's saying that he got aggressive is quite fascinating, because here's the thing, if you're keeping your dogs locked up in the garage predominantly most of the time and you're not really spending much time with them, well, at least that's how it looks anyway, I mean, what do you expect? You know what I mean? An animal is just like a living person. After a while, you get frustrated, you put a child, you put an adult, okay, you put them in a confined, you put them in a certain same four walls for like up to a year. You think they're not going to lose their mind a little bit? You think they're not going to get a little bit aggressive? Now, of course, humans and animals are kind of different. Humans have the ability to control their emotions. Animals, not so much, at least from my history anyway. So to be honest with you, it is quite fascinating. So therefore, it brings me to what I'm trying to say here. Is there a possibility that they have now gotten rid of their dog, okay, or Austin's dog, because maybe when the dog got brought out, maybe the dog got into some sort of confrontation with the cat? There is a possibility, because the cat's eye was scratched, as she said, but at the same time though, her and Austin then broke up around that time. And then at the time when her and Austin broke up, the dogs went completely AWOL. But listen, he also came out to say this as well, okay? Don't think for a second it didn't break my heart giving up. I would have never allowed him to go anywhere if I didn't think it was in the best hands possible. This was the best thing I could do for him, myself, and Benson. Okay, cool. And then he finishes off by saying, still miss him a lot. I know he's living his best life. But this is the thing though. We now know that he has been taken over to a farm, okay? Which is quite fascinating, because, the fact that he's been taken to a farm and, he's saying that, he's going to miss him, all that kind of stuff. It is quite fascinating, because one thing that I can show you now, which is quite contradictive to what they're saying here. Well, if you go onto Piinksparkles' actual TikTok page, okay, this is what you're going to find. She is actually right now at the farm. Well, not right now as in this moment in time, but she was at the farm, as you can see in the background. And what was she doing? She was having a good jolly freaking time. Isn't that a little bit suspicious? Now, also on top of that, there is also proof on her Instagram and whatnot that man. Nonetheless, though, that is also showing that in fact, it is a possibility they've even made a day out of this. So to be fair with you, we may expect a vlog from her real soon at some point, saying, "Hey guys, we went over to the farm and we did this, we did that." But here's the thing, though: if you're sad about the dog leaving, why are you now making it into a thing? Into something as if it's something that you can celebrate if you're that sad. But listen, like I said, everything that I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, is all an assumption. Okay, none of it is. I'm not saying any of it is predominantly true. It's just that we are, myself and people that obviously follow her who reach out to me, are connecting certain dots. And trust me, some of the dots have been connected have been absolutely what. But of course, I can't come out here and just say, this is what I think, this is what I think. So, but anyway, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you let me know what you think based on the chain of events. Okay, because at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, if a dog or any animal has been cooped up, you know, in a in a polluted environment with fumes for over a year, okay, and barely really goes out, how do you think a dog? How do you think any animal would act in that situation? Well, let's keep it simple. How do you think any dog would act in that situation? You let me know. But nonetheless, though, ladies and gentlemen, as far as I'm concerned, the lies just keep going. Whatever. Anyway, we are done and we are out. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Peace.